My father was an outdoorsman, and he actually became a barber. And after 13 years of being stuck indoors, he and two friends opened up a pay fishing lake, which was at the Barrow Pond when they built 57 as it runs through Marion. The problem was he couldn't find bait to sell to those people, so he had to start buying directly from the bait producers. Well, that was too much bait for him to sell to those people, so he became a bait distributor. I got out of college in 1988. My degree was marketing. I really wanted to come back here. I wanted to live here forever. But my issue was that in order for me to really feel like we could hit a market that wasn't regional, that wasn't seasonal, that really had no boundaries, it had to be something other than fishing, and we had to have full control. So that's when we began producing the things that we sell, the crickets and the mealworms. And I also had known about the pet industry, which is not seasonal, feeding reptiles and birds and monkeys and things at the zoos and all that. It's not seasonal, it's not regional, there are really no limitations. So it fit perfect, and we just sort of put together our plan and hopped right in and started building and started growing, and we've been very fortunate. Most people ask, how do you grow crickets? Well, first of all, they're egg layers. That's important to know, that they start from an egg. So what we have to do is we have to collect eggs, where we put them in a pan to lay their eggs in. We have to incubate the eggs, and then they all hatch within a few hours of one another. So they all start growing at the same time. They're very uniform growers because they have plenty of food and water. Most often asked question is, what do crickets eat? And I laugh and say cricket food, because that's really what it is. We have it made for us. It's our own diet that's made for us. We'll run about 25, 28 ton of cricket food in here every week. Worms are different. The mealworms and superworms and the variety of worms, they grow at an abnormal pace. So they have to be sized. When we're sizing crickets, everything in the box is the same size. So if we just take all of the growing materials out, they're filled, those boxes that everybody sees run around, they're filled by volume. Worms are different. Worms have to be sized by letting them fall through screens to collect equal sizes. Really, the only thing I think I want everybody in Memphis to understand is, I've been there, so I do understand a little bit about your job. You've not been here, but you've seen a little bit in the video to understand what I do. And really, it's not about us, it's not about you, it's about little Johnny that needs food for his reptile tomorrow afternoon, because he's waited all day long at school to get home to spend time with his bearded dragon, or his leopard gecko, or his hedgehog. I don't want them to think about, how did Timberline put that box together, and how did FedEx get it here? I really just want us all to go do what we do, so that when he gets home tomorrow afternoon, he gets to do what he loves to do. And I'm thinking about the people at the San Diego Zoo that are waiting on something of very specific size to feed something that hasn't hatched in years. And the food needs to be there tomorrow. In the wintertime, they're going to tell you they're perishable, and that may be the only thing you see. Because it's a solid box. And the reason they're in a solid box is because we've got to be able to put heat packs in there and warm them up. Again, they can't get really cold and they can't get really hot. Summertime or in moderate time, you can actually see through the screens, and you'll see those crickets. And the reason those screens are in those boxes is to run air through them. And it's a live product. Yeah, I don't ship frozen stuff. I don't ship, it's all live. The stuff that comes out of here is live, and it's headed to, and we guarantee our stuff to arrive alive, and that's what our customers expect from us. And that, again, is why the partnership with FedEx is so important. I mean, we've done what we can do to understand how to help you all do what you need to do, and so hopefully you're beginning to understand more about what we do so that you can understand how together we'll keep growing.